I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Moon, Deep Space. Hello and welcome to your Cancer New Moon Great Mother Speaks reading in your Vedic moon sign. You want to check the links below to see what that is for you. It is 24 degrees in precession to the Western tropical moon sign. This new moon is in the nakshatra of Purnavasu. It's a feeling of having completed a cycle, a phase of life that was very active, and now having to fill what is now an empty space with something that has meaning for you moving forward. And wouldn't this new moon be conjunct Venus, a very communicative type of energy in terms of Great Mother energy, this emotional, intuitive space, opening it up to positive reception, as well as Mercury turning direct on this day. Between now and the full moon, Jupiter will be going direct as well, and so amplifying what is occurring the first 2 weeks of this lunar cycle. This reading does cover the entire lunar cycle in terms of the projection of what we will be seeding now. There are suggested new moon wishes at the end of the reading based on your Western moon sign, but don't worry about that here. The new moon in tropical astrology is in Leo, and so we make our wishes based on Western astrology, the energy of Leo. That's all we need to know, because we are aligning our own ego desires with the intention of the soul, which is what Great Mother Speaks readings are for. Specifically, those who are surviving mama drama trauma. Visit mamadramatrauma.info for more information. It is a condition in which the mother projects unhealed aspects of herself onto her child, causing emotional and or physical trauma. In cases where she is unable, unwilling, or unavailable, she may have transitioned from doing her own healing work because MDT is a cycle. Loving detachment is required in order for the child to live a healthy, happy, and whole life. That's the inner work life coaching I specialize in, and what these readings are designed to do in terms of supporting my clients in their inner work. But they are open to the public if anyone happens to come by. So you're welcome if you are here. And again, check us out at greatmotherspeaks.info for more coaching information, and mamadramatrauma.info for the blog and support groups. Now, speaking of conjunctions, Mercury is conjunct the North Node in Gemini this new moon, giving us again a huge communicative space for expansion going into this new energy set up by Purnavasu. Your lunar yogas are very important because they set up how we download information. So our yogas are our 12th lunar house, our first lunar house, which is our moon sign, and our second. So for example, if your moon sign is Virgo, your 12th lunar house is Leo. And so you download intuitively like a Leo. You feel the emotion like a Virgo and process the information like a Libra. So you want to keep that in mind with these readings for each sign, because although we may share a moon sign and we may share the yogas, there can be shifting, of course, with our own unique configuration and aspects in our birth charts. Now, as you may know, the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck is being revised. It's almost completed, and so a card or two may be thrown in this reading. There will at least be one to clarify your Cancer new moon reading. So, your new moon wishes. The rules for those as set out over millennia, we've learned that they are most effective if we focus on 10 or less. Those suggested to you may number more than 10 or less. The category for Leo energy is creativity, determination, dignity, fun, celebration, curtailing of arrogance, okay? Asking for support in those areas is what Leo energy is all about. And so you can manage that this new moon up until the end of the phase, which is about 2.5 days. So with no further ado, these are your Cancer new moon readings. Okay, Capricorn moon sign people. You know, there's always a bit of a challenge speaking intuitive information into the world in practical ways, but we're going to really try it here with this Cancer new moon for you in the 7th house of soul contract. Now, the soul contract of Mama Drama Trauma is to evolve in self-love and spiritual independence. And some of you have a great deal of passion with regard to fulfilling this soul contract at this time. There are some issues around you, some relationships around you, particularly some of you with your children. So your own MDT kind of this cycle that you're noticing you behave like your mother with your children, that is frustrating for you. Or there's an unhappiness that's coming from your children. A lot of times behavior can skip a generation, and you are operating in self-awareness and doing the best you can, but you notice your child is like your mother. All this is calling you to heal your MDT. So your soul wants to do this work around rage. Rage is what I call in my coaching practice LTBS. It is the first, again, it's a root chakra card. Root chakra is under the letter acknowledge. We have 6 letters in the 6 suits of the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck, and A stands for acknowledge. MDT. It's the first step to releasing MDT denial. And this root chakra waxing gibbous moon card is the 4th card, is the 4th lunar phase of the 8-phase lunar cycle, the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck. And LTBS is a low tolerance for bullshit. It's the first thing that happens as soon as we release MDT denial. We fall into LTBS, a very short fuse for anything that causes us discomfort, insecurity, or a feeling of unsafety, feelings of unworthiness, feelings of being abandoned, mistreated. Suddenly, where in the past we were people pleasers, we may even become bullies. Or on the other end of the continuum, if we were bullies, modeling bullying behavior or bullying a highly sensitive mother, we find ourselves on the other end of that continuum and becoming kind of manipulative in order to retaliate. At any rate, the work that your soul is wanting to do is this 7th house energy work. You're wanting to work with the other, even if that other is this internal, intuitive soul that needs to download the intuition to you. Time of repressing the anger, suppressing the pain is over. And so when we suddenly come out of depression, it's like hot water blowing up and coming out, hot smoke. The kettle has popped. This is the work your soul wants to do. It wants to do work around the rage that you're feeling at this time toward others, even if that is yourself. Even if your soul is frustrated with your state of ego awareness about your MDT, because you're passionate at this new moon about recognizing where these issues are with yourself, with your child, with your MDT soul contract to evolve in self-love and spiritual independence. And you are just frustrated. There's just a sense of frustration for many of you. There is a sense of realizing those who you thought had your back really don't, as we see here with Dorothy, trying to protect Toto from Miss Gulch. Toto symbolizes her intuition, and Aunt Em and Uncle Henry are unable to protect him from Miss Gulch. So this waxing gibbous moon energy, you're revising, you're refining yourself through this crucible of awareness. Things are coming to your awareness. Jupiter is coming to its direct point at this new moon in your 11th house. And so this soul contract of mama drama trauma somehow playing out in the collective soul, be it your associations with people at work, in your profession, or just your own reputation. There are some issues that are coming up that you are having to call a spade a spade. And you've been knowing this for a while because Inanna is what's bringing this up. Embrace the shadow. This has been in your shadow position. And so if you haven't been aware of this repressed pain, suppressed anger and rage, you are now. And you are embracing it, which is why you're defensive and have LTBS. If you aren't, you are becoming aware of it because in your shadow position is Wild Woman, the new moon throat chakra card. And the throat chakra is ruled by Gemini, which is where Mercury and your North Node are in your 6th house. So this is where we have the hidden enemies. And so sometimes that hidden enemy can be ourselves. We can work cross purposes. LTBS is an important stage of grieving mama drama trauma because it shows us why sustaining it is not worth it. It shows us that if we are going to continue a life of shame, blame, and guilt, this cycle of pain, of abandonment, of abuse, what that's going to cause us: more sickness, more disappointment, more depression, more rage. It's important because it shows us that's not what we want. And so we embrace the shadow of what we truly do want, which is a life beyond MDT. Why is it the shadow? Because it's taboo to even acknowledge. That's why acknowledge is the first letter. To acknowledge MDT, it's taboo to say, I have mama drama trauma. And so bringing that out of the shadow, that there's this wild woman energy like Dorothy and the sign, this new moon throat chakra, haunted forest, castle a mile away. I'd turn back if I were you, discouraging Dorothy and the 3 from coming to the castle to get the witch's broom. This is the dark night of the soul. This is in your shadow position. You are upset because kicking and screaming, you have finally entered the dark night of the soul. And you are like, haven't I been in it already? I've been in Sati Sati for 5 years, I feel like. And you've been in it for a good 2.5, almost 3. But what's important about Sati Sati when Saturn is traversing your moon yogas, and it's in Sagittarius right now, which is your 12th. Capricorn is your first moon sign, your first lunar house, and Aquarius is your second. Those are your moon yogas. Sati Sati lasts for 7 years. It's a period of internal purification, aligning with your truth. And that's what the dark night of the soul is. We are led to the dark night by our demons, our fears. And what is our fear? Our fear is revealing the taboo that we have acknowledged, our mama drama trauma. That's the demon, the fear of doing that. But once we've done it, and we are experiencing our low tolerance for bullshit after that. I have mama drama trauma. Look at this. Look at this. I've been abandoned this way. I've been abandoned that way. That's why I let people beat me up, because I did that as a child. And that's why, oh no, I'm not going to do that again. Oh no, you're not going to do this. And all of these triggers start to go off like firecrackers. That's the entry into the dark night. Congratulations. Because who leads us out of it are the angels of light, the light at the end of the tunnel. Our angels, our guides, and our ancestors, just as Dorothy and the three had theirs. So this wild woman energy that goes against the orthodoxy and says, Houston, there's a problem here, I'm about to heal, is what you're being supported in. You're being supported in your passion to heal your MDT. And that's what you want. Mathe here is saying you want to take responsibility. You're ready to follow your yellow brick road. Your gut chakra, your visceral, your instinctual response is that, hey, I am thankful. I'm ready to share my journey with whomever is going to support my health, my happiness, my wholeness. I've got my ruby red slippers, my birthright to health, happiness, and wholeness. I've got my Toto, my intuition. Let's go. My gut is telling me it's time to go on this road to healing yellow gut chakra. We still have our heart to traverse. That's Emerald City. That's the green. That's integrity. I, the fourth letter of aspire. We aspire to live in loving detachment. And after we've taken responsibility for processing our emotions, which is what the P is in aspire, we have the integrity to tell ourselves the truth. This is what's supporting you in the position of integrity here, eternal grace and mercy, the balsamic moon card of the heart chakra, the downloads of speaking your truth, of at a heart chakra level, feeling your truth, allowing your truth to be what it is, no matter what it looks like. Your intention is not to cause harm to yourself or to others. That's why you're being supported in telling yourself the truth, so that you realize that you can do it without hurting yourself and others. The energies are supporting you to do it in healthy, happy, and whole ways at this time, because the present status of your ego soul alignment is double yang energy. That's why you might be feeling such angst and frustration with this passion that you have to heal. It might not be coming fast enough because double yang is all about action, action, action. The Mother Mary third quarter moon sign is a law card, the law of Divine Father, acting on the intuition you've received from Great Mother, releasing anything that prevents you from that. So with Baba Yaga above the Mother Mary card as an indication of discouragement, or the fears, the demons coming up, the triggers coming up, so to speak, in ways that keep you at just the entrance of the dark night tunnel, just the entrance of the dark forest, and not proceeding through the castle. You have the support to release that kind of thing. And so each spoken word she's sharing with you through each of these cards should be offering you an exhalation, an expiration of stress through your body mind of the support available to you. Trust the downloads that you're receiving from Great Mother to express and to share your truth in ways that are healing for you. You have the support at this time to release all things that are not. Why your soul wants to do this work, the Birth Mother Soulmate card is telling us in the Crescent Moon Root Chakra card, with Dorothy telling Aunt Em and Uncle Henry how she has been abused by Miss Gulch, she and Toto, is saying that it's time for you to realize that your soulmate, your birth mother, and you have this contract to mutually evolve in self-love and spiritual independence, not to give you the love that you need the way you need it now. That's not going to support you in evolving in self-love. What's going to support you and evolve in self-love is what's making you mad, is what's making you want to quickly heal from mama drama trauma and get this over with right now, is that she is not here to do that. She's here to force you to learn to love yourself. And This is why your soul wants to deal with this rage. It wants there to be an acceptance of this. It wants there to be a respect of this. Your soul wants to align with this double yang energy of you wanting to act by acting on this awareness instead of grieving it. What instead is useful to grieve is the expectation that she be anything other than the soul that deeply loves you enough to support your evolution in self-love and spiritual independence. How your soul wants to do this work is by facing this fear. This is the heart chakra waning gibbous moon card when the lion is told that he must bring the witch's broom back in order to receive his courage. And so isn't that backwards? Shouldn't I get the courage before I'm asked to go and get the broom? Again, that's not how it works. We have to go and get the broom in order to get the courage. We have to evolve in self-love in order to have the self-love. Those are things that cannot be given to us. So realize that in reorganizing, refocusing the rage in a fashion that allows you to attract the soul support that you need to take this dark night journey is completely possible by recognizing the importance of a low tolerance for bullshit. Just be sure you know what the bullshit is. And that it's not coming from you, because you're being supported to tell yourself the truth, be authentic, and to live in integrity. You can do that no matter what it shows up as. Own it. Take responsibility. Follow your unique healing road to living MDT free as a dearly loved child of the great Mother, Father, God, who's never judged, condemned, or left alone. Living that as your experience of life, not an ideal or beautiful concept, but just as real as the blame, shame, and guilt of the MDT identity that you are releasing through acceptance of your soul contract. You will find that your outcome of victimhood will look very different than if the rage is held on to. Shift the perspective of the rage, then this crescent moon sacral chakra card, Sedna, will turn victimhood on its head into victor this lunar cycle. That's a crescent moon card, so that says after the next new moon in Leo in the Vedic, a few days after that, there will be a victor before us coming back for the next new moon reading. Now, for clarification with regard to this juxtaposition this month between rage and victimhood and MDT contract acceptance and victory is the card from the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck revised edition. This is Maya. Maya, the illusion. All right. This is new moon energy. New moon, 6th chakra. New moon, 6th chakra. Wow. Maya. This is when Toto reveals Oz is just a man. And the illusion is revealing that nothing has any power over us that we do not give it to. They gave Oz the power to tell them what to do to get their wishes. And sometimes we do that, especially if we have mama drama trauma. We obviously don't understand or realize already that we're divine children of the Great Mother, Father, God. That's why Great Mother's coming at you like this. Because you have such passion, she needs to come at you with, look, this is a soul contract you agreed to. You wanting to take responsibility for it, that's why the energies are here to support you with integrity, to align with you acting on your integrity, accepting the soul contract with openness, even though you may be afraid, in order to let go of the mother you want so you can accept the one you have. That's Healing MDT. And this is the new moon card for Cancer new moon. Third eye is ruled by the moon, and Cancer is too. Now, new moon wishes suggested for Capricorn moon sign, going through the rage, transforming, refocusing it to a gratitude perspective, giving you insight about what does work and what does not work for you in your healing process, is celebration, fun, just having a good time. So with all that heavy energy, the Leo energy, the ego astrology, the Western astrology, some things that we might want to wish for at this time in order to align with our soul work of transforming rage and releasing illusion are wishes from Jan Spiller's New Moon Astrology book for Leo. Pleasures of life, fun, play, games, parties, vacations, recreational sports, taking risk for excitement. You may wish for easily finding yourself. I want to easily find myself doing at least one thing that brings me pleasure each day. I want to easily find myself open to experiencing the pleasure available in my daily life. I want my relationship with fill in the blank to be filled with fun, playfulness, and lighthearted enjoyment. I want to easily find myself consciously taking time to play and enjoy life. I want to be filled with right ideas about exactly the right happy vacation for me to take this year. I want to easily find myself actively participating in the sport/activity of blank, a minimum of blank times each week or month. I want to easily find myself taking those risks that bring more joy and vitality into my life. I want the habit of shutting down and not experiencing the joy of life easily lifted from me. I want to easily find myself initiating activities that are fun for all concerned, including me. When attending parties, I want to find myself filled with self-confidence and easy, genuine interest in those around me. Those are your suggested new moon wishes to align with the intuitive, emotional energies that are supported this lunar cycle. Your unique configurations and aspects in your chart will impact the reading of your moon sign. So for a personal one, go to greatmotherspeaks.info. But above all and most of all, remember, Great Mother loves you, and I do too.
I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Moon, Deep Space, the Moon, Dark Matter, the Void, the Black Hole.